Hi guys, Ralph here. Right, I've kind of had a good and a bad week. Mainly a bad week on some different issues, but I've had a really bad week on Xbox issues, and I'm concentrating on the Xbox at the minute, just to try and get them done, and they're getting a little bit tedious. It should be an easy fix to get 2 Xboxes done. Alright, 3 Xbox I've got, but trying to get it sorted out. So what I did is I had my one Xbox, which is this one, forgive the cable, and it was fixed. It was done. Last video, brilliant. Hey, introduce you to the, and it was fine. It worked. And then I had the problem with the crystal one. I was virtually the same, but the clear case one, and I couldn't get it to work, and I could not figure out why. Anybody I've been speaking to on Discord will know why I'm holding this. Couldn't figure out why the other one wouldn't work, and all I can say is preparation is key, and knowing exactly what you're doing while you're doing it is really good. So got this one fixed, done, happy. Couldn't get the crystal one to actually recognise the SATA drive, because this one was running a IDE 320 gig hard drive, which is this one. And alright, IDE, fine, IDE, done. But to get a SATA to run through an IDE cable, nobody told me that this cable has got 40 cables in it. Right, the IDE cable got 40 cables. Nobody said in a whole together video that it's not enough contacts, not enough threads here for the SATA drive to talk to this. So I have problems with the crystal one, trying to talk to it's hard drive, because obviously you've got 40 pins, well, I'm guessing 40 pins. 40 pin, yeah, but you need an 80 strand cabled IDE cable. Same at the end, but there's obviously 2 cables per hole, per connection on this. It makes it more better. Not that you've got thicker cables, so you don't fully understand why thicker cable wouldn't. But then it's just a cable, it's not extra in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out on every single one. But nobody said out about that. So what I did, this is going into a rant, and I wanted it to be an update and a celebration, shall we say. I used Chimp, which is a program within the installation disk, the Hexen disk. Thank God I remembered that one. The Hexen disk, yes. Chimp would then copy every file on here, all the settings, everything, onto a second disk. So what you need to do is put a cable on, ribbon cable, 2 on, and it'll be fine. Then you boot it up with the CD drive inside the Xbox, and then you take out it'd be easy if you dismantled properly, take out the ribbon cable and put it into another hard drive on top of here. But I think you have 4 seconds, if not, but I couldn't get it to work, it just stalled on me. But then I figured out if you use an 80 cabled IDE ribbon cable, then it all works fine for a bloody SATA. So, ta-da! We have the black Xbox back in pieces again. But we have a 40 ribbon or 40 strand IDE cable, but I have a 1 terabyte hard drive in here. Now I've been working on these. The black one I know definitely works as in the motherboard. That's a different one than what I originally came with this, but that came from the crystal one that I effed up, and hard drive is one that's spare from one of my teardowns. So what I need to do is change this cable. So hey, guess who came in the post today? It's that happy smiling face of Amazon. Now you order these the night before, and they say, oh, you order within 15 minutes, you get a next day delivery. and then with these they're an add-on item, and you need to spend £20 with Amazon. And yes, brilliant. So you have to get the thingy up to £20, and then they say this won't arrive until Saturday. Okay, fine. So I haven't got Prime delivery on a Prime item for yeah, you Amazon. Yeah, that's the right way around for me. But yeah, but I ordered 2 IDE cables. Now, if you can see, oh, you stop flickering camera. You can't see. I can't see. So why would I expect you to see? And I have 2 in here because I've got 2 cables. Right. If you can see the density, there's double the amount of cables on here. Why wouldn't that come up with anything? Alright, there, and there. There's there. Yes. There is 80 cables in this, and there is 40 cables in this, which means that you've got more talking to the... That should fit. Yeah, it helps the SATA drives more than the IDEs. So what I'm going to do, strip this down a little bit more and get one of these fitted, and then get on with the crystal, get that fitted. But I don't think I can finish that one because I am waiting for an adapter which fits on here, which transfers between the SATA connections, which are here, and an IDE connection. You have to keep this on because you can't really convert the board to be a SATA drive. So I'm going to get this stripped, and I'll get back to you in a second after I finish ranting, and we'll get this working. I'm going to get one of them completely working today. If not, the second one will be Sunday, and I'll have both fixed and done, and absolutely stunningly with 1 terabyte in each. And I am happy as pigs in effluent. Can't say anything worse than that, to be honest, because I'd love to. If I could do an X-rated version of one of my videos one day, I really would. But yeah, all there. I'm going to get these stripped down and get this thing changed. Right, got this thing stripped down ready. You can see they're obviously the same IDE cables. That is a lot longer to there. I was speaking to someone on Discord, and they said make sure you get the longer cables. Now these are only 40cm cables, and the originals obviously aren't, or are they? But I am not going to complain that things are longer. I can hide longer things. I cannot stretch short things. But get rid of that. What I was really peed off about is I was messing with this. I was saying about with the trying to clone the drive between this drive and putting a 1 terabyte in and trying to copy stuff over. You can copy all the files over, and it will just allocate whatever extra space for the rest of it. So it wasn't a complete copy of a 320 onto a 320 onto a 1 terabyte, but making this one 320. It's nothing like where you can reallocate the space. But what really peed me off is that for some reason putting both drives on using a splitter for the power, which powers both of them up because the CD drives powers off a different section, is when I transferred the cable over, the ribbon cable, for the 3rd time I think it was on attempt, it tripped out the power supply, and I thought I'd either blown the fuse down here, capacitors here, anything on here. This thing wouldn't work. So going from an absolute perfect working Xbox, it went to being trash, and I just felt so pissed off that it brought me into a, yeah, for a couple of days I was just absolutely annoyed, shall I say? Annoyed. And I know there's some people out there which have got problems, and yeah, there's when you don't want to talk about them, then it's a hard thing. But it really brought me down for a couple of days. But you try and get in there and you get back up to it, and 2 days later I just powered this on, hoping for the best, and I got it. And it's something on here tripped out for a little while, and I came back and it works. the power supply works perfect. And I know I've got a spare one, but it didn't work properly on here with the button, with the crystal one. It might have worked, but the other one is knackered as well. But that's by the by, really. So, quit talking about my issues, and let's get on with this. Right, ribbon cable in. I know it's bright yellow. Oh, that fits gorgeous. That actually fitted really, really well. I've had cables before which have been really tight and hard to get in, but that wasn't a very hard one. Boom. Right, now I know why we've got the extra cable, because this bit here has to fit up. So I had to put this in here and hide the extra ribbon cable somehow without killing anything. But this is the final fix, by the way, boys and girls. That wants to be that way. I'll probably do the crystal one later. If not, I might do it in a few minutes. Oh, bloody hell. For flip's sake. Right, get that in. See, I've got to hide that underneath, which I've got space underneath, and then that's got to go. Oh my flip. Yeah, that's going to fit. But it'd be nice if it went there. This is why the Xboxes are like this. I could easily pry off, and then off and twist and down. But I have to do that with all three. Actually, I wouldn't, would I? Yeah, I would. So, I'm going to hope. What's the best way? That way? So go up and down? Yeah. Goes. And in she is. And I've got this much cable to go there, or there. Oh, it's sticking out too much, that will go there. Right, that's out of the way. So, box of screws. So this is going to be my final fit. And I'm going to put back in. See, some things like this, for people that have problems, are really good, because you've got a sense of you've completed something. And I did. I had a really good feeling that I'd got this fixed. And then the downer comes straight back at me, thinking, oh no, it's broken because I tripped out the board, the circuit board on there. And it's a bloody horrible feeling, shall we say, with want of a lot better word that I would need to be restricted for. Just saying. So, 2 screws holding there, that's in there, done, happy. Let's thread the cables through this hole here, and then underneath that, round that, underneath that, round that, and let's stop for a second, because I need one of these. Right, it is apparently very important to get this exact model capacitors, but we'll have a master and slave selector pins, the jumpers. It's also important to cover these back bits, because they could cause any no end of problems if it touches the chassis. I mean, all 4 of those could cause sparks or whatever, but there's no touching, but I'm still covering it over. So that goes in, that goes over there, which shouldn't be a problem, and that needs turning round. So let's see about doing it the old way that Microsoft did it. And maybe fold a little. Yeah. No, but hold on. Go down. Let's go up. Let's go round and in. Okay. Yeah, actually, that fits really well. Done. I've got one more screw in here to go in. To there. Screw, screw, screw. Which holds the hard drive chassis extra bit to the other case, and we're done. Now, yeah, I know I'm stupid, Where's that come back? I've already yesterday used the crystal case. That fits. The crystal case to connect and install everything onto that hard drive, and I've renamed it black because of the case. I, not being anything in particular, I just named it for the colour of the case. Why won't that fit? Come on. I just want this to go on there. What am I missing? That's on there, it's out of the way. All screw holes are out of the way. It's this corner that's holding in. Put it down on that corner first. Oh, come on. It's going down alright on that side, it's not on here that well. Something wrong? Bear with me. Let me get a hammer to this. Right, figured it out. The CD caddy wasn't put back exactly in the right place. It was kind of up on one of the pegs on there. So, what I'm going to do now, let's test it. Now I have complete faith this will work. So, power cable from here. Absolute faith. It will work. This is Retrotech Ralph, for God's sake. Why wouldn't it work? So, controller. I will stake what a reputation I haven't got on this working. Are you ready? 3, 2, 4, go. And I really don't have a reputation. Thank you. Okay, I'm looking at issue 7. Putting the computer to see what the code is, but I appear to have pulled out the SATA adapter from there, so I'll put it there instead. It seems to not be aligned. Let's see what's what. All I want is a Microsoft logo on. Hello, we have a Linux logo instead. Stop. I have put the drive in here, the Hexen drive, and I know I've already done this. So drives back out, this back out. That's his Microsoft. Oh, 13. It might be because I got this paired with the crystal case, which is a 16B. Yeah, alright. So what I'm doing, put the disc back in again. I'm going to reinstall with this on that. So I know I got a reputation, so whoopee. Once it's Linux, I'll reinstall back onto here. It was a long shot, a very long shot, whether or not it would actually work or not and be fine, but obviously it's not. Nothing ever works easy for me, does it? I mean, I were hoping this would be completely done, then I can get back to the grandstands, the admins. Well, that ain't bloody working either. So yeah. So let me try and reinstall this. If it actually reads past the Linux bit, then I'll be happy. But at the minute, it's still bloody showing it. So I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Final go. If this works, I am going to go balmy. If this works, I mean, if it don't work, I'm going to go balmy. Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum, ta-tum-ti-tum, Xbox, yeah, whatever. If it shows Microsoft, I'll be impressed. Tum-ti-tum. Okay. It shows the Xbox Media Player. Right. Games, empty. Games management. Nothing. Right, I've got this one. If any of you may have noticed this here. Right. I've actually swapped to the crystal one. Right. In case it's same. I've actually swapped the cable round to be this way around as well. So technically, let's put that around there, This has now got the SATA to IDE drive converter in there. And this is the one I am going to chav up because it's a gorgeous case. It's so good, lovely and clean. But I'm going to chav it up. But why the other one doesn't work, I'm positive it's down to, because I renamed, you know, look at it right way, look at what I've renamed this to black because of the case, crystal, black, yada yada. Where's that? Oh, it's screensaver. So I got it installed on this yesterday where everything was rigged up and got it all working. And there must be just a problem with it just not having the exact same hardware to run all that. So I'm gonna continue working. This is actually done. Again, you've heard that before, but this is actually done. The crystal one is brilliant, amazing. I'm not going to screw it back up. It's working, it's done. I'm going to LED this up to the lips. The drive's brilliant. The hard drive's 1 terabyte. You can look on the it's got, I know I'm looking in the wrong direction again, excuse me. Yes, right, let me show you File Explorer. See, again, you've still only got 123 megabytes showing, but trust me, there's more than that there. Activate line, Hexen Tools. I don't think that works. Yeah, oh, it does. I think you can agree with me, it's working. You bloody dare. See, even this is showing there's half a gig free, so it's not correct anyway. Xbox admin, let's just show it the same as over another one. G drive 0 free, but yeah, 1 terabyte. I installed on the other one a install Halo that I've got a copy of straight onto the hard drive, and it worked absolutely fine. So chuffing thumbs up, shall we say. One crystal Xbox just needs a crap load of downloading to do to get all the games, all the emulators, everything on here. Then we'll start chavving this up. But the other one, I just need to get the I've got another converter coming in a couple of days, so I'll get on with that, see if that one works. It should do anyway, but other than that, it's done and finished, and I'll get back to you at a later date on this one once the controllers, not the controller, the hard drive adapters arrive, because that's going to be Sunday apparently. And this is another Prime thing with Amazon. It's going to arrive Sunday. Yeah, what? I did it on a Thursday. So, yeah. Once that comes, fits in, yeah, I'm positive it works. It worked last time. Worst case, I'll stick that thing in it. And I've got 320 gigabytes, more than enough that I need for that black one anyway. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, Patreon, donate, share, comment. Please comment if you think I'm crap. Then please give me a word. I'm learning so much from you guys by you telling me stuff. So, please keep it up. Thank you very much. And thanks for all the subscribers. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.